That said, let's talk about another psychopath, Donald Trump. The media, Jason Lincoln's writing over at newrepublic.com, says the media is ready to hold Trump to a lower standard. And this is really troubling. I mean, we've all seen this, right? When he points out when Obama was president, during the 8 years of the Obama presidency, Obama was constantly being criticized in the media, particularly by op-ed writers. Probably one of the more outspoken ones was David Broder, for not working with Republicans. When in fact, one of the things we know, and I reported it at length on this program back in 2009 when the story came out, was that there was this meeting held in a restaurant that was actually on the city block where I lived in Washington, D.C. at the time. They had this meeting with Mitch McConnell and I believe the Speaker of the House at the time, Paul Ryan, and a number of senior Republicans, where they decided that they were going to present a united front against Obama. They were not going to allow Obama to do anything. No success. So that in 2012, when Obama ran for re-election, they could run against him by saying he didn't get anything done, which is essentially, by the way, what they just did against Biden. Biden was able to accomplish very little over the last 2 years legislatively because Republicans blocked absolutely everything he tried to do, or almost everything. And then they ran on the fact that, well, you know, he's not been solving your problems. We'll solve your problems. Yeah. So, you know, the Lincoln's notes, Obama followed their lead down a multitude of blind alleys, from negotiations over debt ceiling to multiple failed attempts at debt slashing committees. With each failure, the pundit class slagged Obama for his failed leadership. He says this was a deeply rooted insanity. And I often wondered what it would take to dislodge these obsessions with the media. Basically, you know, the media is constantly saying, oh, the president needs to be bipartisan. Until Trump came along. Suddenly, when Trump became president in 2016, it was like all of a sudden, it was like a light switch being turned off or a water faucet being closed. Suddenly, the media stopped talking about, oh, well, the president has to work with the other side. They completely stopped that. And instead, the question became, what's he going to do? What are the Republicans going to do? And we're seeing that right now in real time right in front of us. Everybody's going, whoa, what's he going to do? You know, well, what's Trump going to do? Oh, it looks like Trump is going to do this. Looks like Trump is going to do that. Are you hearing anybody in the mainstream media, in the corporate media, on the Sunday talk shows? I mean, again, remember, when Biden came into office, the conversation was all about how is he going to work with the Republicans? When Obama came into office, the conversation was all about how is he going to work with the Republicans? But when Trump came into office 8 years ago, and as Trump is now coming into office in 6 weeks, the conversation instead is, what's he going to do? What are Trump and the Republicans going to do? What do they have for us? How good or bad is it going to be? As Jason writes, he says, but yeah, that did a trick, you know, electing Trump. Seemingly overnight, the constant corrals to the virtue of bipartisan deals and the need to pass laws with 70 Senate votes vanished. And I'm guessing that when Biden quits the scene at last, you won't hear anything about the importance of unity or harmony again. You'll want to remember how quickly the pundit class flips the off switch and recognize their unrelenting criticism. And this is really well said. He says, I can already hear pencils being sharpened, ready to greet the president-elect's plan to pardon the January 6th rioters with a flurry of hot takes about how Biden's pardon of Hunter made it all okay. And he asks, you know, what purpose is such journalism supposed to support? And I would like to answer, oligarchy. That's the purpose. That kind of journalism is the kind of journalism that you get when you have people, you have people on television as journalists who are also media stars. You know, Walter Cronkite never made $1 million a year. Walter Cronkite got the salary that, you know, he was well paid, but he never made $1 million a year. Or if he did, you know, got anything close to that, it was, you know, very much on the low end. But now you've got, you know, media figures who are making $10, $20, $30 million a year as reporters. And they're working for billion-dollar corporations. That's oligarchy. That's what, you know, representing the interests of the oligarch class. has basically become the job of our media. So get ready. I'm telling you, it's coming. 18 minutes past the hour. I'll be right back with your calls after this.